Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Munazir, Ayushi, Abhilasha, Ronak, Aryan, Tanu, uh, and Arzu. I think Arzu is also there with us. Welcome, Sritam.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
I think students are still joining in, so we can wait for a while,
All
maybe
right.
5 minutes, and then we can start.
Yeah, maybe I can ask them what are their different ask them to open up and ask.
Definitely. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So till others are joining in, if you have any questions in your head, uh, any questions related to exams, related to your pressures, you are open to ask any of those questions. Ronak, Tanu, Aryan, Ayushi, Sritam. So you can have questions in the beginning, can have questions in the end, whatever suits you. Like if you have been trying some things for releasing your stress and they have not been working with you. So you can ask all those questions. So Ayushi has a question for us. Thank you, Ayushi, for asking this question. Ma'am, how to manage stress while preparing? Because many times there is too much overthinking. Uh, Whether giving that exam will be worth it or not. Hmm. That's a very pertinent question that you have asked, Ayushi. Because first of all, to manage stress, I don't know. Okay, when Nazi says +1, me too. So first of all, the thing is that it's hard to manage stress, especially when it's exam time. Otherwise, you have 10 different ways to handle it. But during the exams, if you scroll on social media, you will feel guilty. If you will, if you are listening to music, you will feel guilty. If you go out for a walk, you will feel guilty. And things are like everything is just going off towards the exams. You are intentionally, continuously thinking about those exams. So anything you do, your mind as a compass brings you back right there where you are stuck. Am I right? Yeah. So, okay. Ronak also says yes. Aryan also says yes. Thank you. So, if you have to manage stress, the first thing any you while you are preparing for your exams, sitting on your seat, anyone and everyone is going to tell you breathe deeply. Because when you start to breathe deeply, uh, I know this solution has been given to you by many of the people, but the problem is you forget it when you are in that exam stress. You just forget it that I have to breathe in deeply. So anywhere you go to a yoga practitioner or to a meditation one who teaches you mindfulness or meditation or anything, the first thing they'll teach you is do deep breathing. Bring yourself back into the current moment. And it is really tough because bringing your attention back to your breath is tough during that time. How many of you agree to that? And mind you, I'm going to teach you a very, very beautiful technique which goes beyond this breathing, which goes beyond your meditations. And it's actually going to help you release stress that you come upon even today. Yeah. So I think you will be able to break your overthinking loops. But yes, again, there also you will have to find time at least for that technique to do it. Because once you start doing it, what is going to happen is uh, you're really going to find your productivity or your focus is going to double after doing that technique. So the thing which you would be covering in maybe 1 hour, maybe it might take 45 minutes, and you save those 15 minutes for which you had spent for that technique, right? आपने आधा घंटा 1 घंटा वो टेक्निक यूज करी जो मैं बताने वाली हूँ. और आई होप एवरीबडी इज गुड विद हिंदी इंग्लिश. Pratishtha, Divya, welcome. Tina, welcome. Thank you for joining in. And please, all of you, if you can keep uh, some water with you and a pen and a paper with you, that would be great. Please get some water for yourself. Quickly go run and get water as well as a notepad and a pen. Because what uh, I'll introduce myself also to you, and you will be surprised by where we stand together. So, any more questions? That was one question. And definitely today, what we are going to learn how to tackle panic when we feel in case paper found to be difficult. Well, that's I think that's something. When you panic, do you also go blank? When you panic, do you also go blank? Ayushi says yes. So when you are in the panic mode, that's what it is all about. That we are going to talk today as well. That how you can switch off your panic mode while you do this technique. It is actually going to switch off your panic mode and bring you to the present moment very easily, very safely. And mind you, today is just going to be a introduction for the session. So it's going to be really basic. And there are more things to be added to it, which will bring, you know, the things back to normal for you, that overthinking does not become a problem, so that panic does not become a problem, and you don't start to have racing thoughts and heart beating fast and the breath going fast. Okay, Arsu, can we start? So, like, only 14 people have joined.
Yes, please, ma'am. We can start. It's 4:10 already. It's
14
all
already.
over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Any more questions? Boys and girls, any more questions? Just feel free to put in your questions. I am not your class teacher who is going to deduct marks for asking questions, right? And I am not even your semester teacher who's going to, अच्छा मुझसे ऐसे बात करी, अभी बताती हूँ इसको, आने दो वाइवा के लिए, फिर नंबर काटूंगी. Yes, how to deal with negative thoughts. See, Shritam, we are all human beings. We all think 70,000 thoughts in a day. We all think 70,000 thoughts in a day. And if so many thoughts are there, that means it's a natural process. Being humans, we are going to think. But yes, when it becomes negative, it really harms your body. And I'll explain you that entire science, how it harms your body. So, how do I call you? Dayyan. How do I call your name? If you can just unmute yourself and let me know. Dayan?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Dian.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. So that's how, okay. You can actually create a small positive vibe for you. So be tuned, be focused as much as possible. And the most fundamental rules of this workshop is the chat box should be live. I want a lot of things to be coming in the chat box, and keep yourself hydrated. I've asked all of you to keep water with you and keep a notepad, paper, and pen so that whatever is coming important, whatever I am asking you to write down, you can write it down. Yes, Tina, that's what I've been talking. You actually go blank. Bringing it back uh, yourself to the moment during the exams. It is, that's what we're learning today. Exactly, that's what we are learning today. Because when it comes to exams, suddenly the panic and the anxiety is dominant, and your head doesn't know anything else besides that. Anything and everything is just lost. And I know even people who get pukish, they feel like even vomiting. They can't eat anything. Yes, yes, I have been very in close touch with all of you. How, I will let you know. Let's begin. So, welcome to the stress bus. This busting the exam stress session. A warm welcome to all of you. And I know all of you are going through a lot of troubles and tickles and a lot of pressure on you. Basically, what I know is that you all have a lot of pressure on yourselves. So let's begin the session. Are my slides visible to all of you? So today we are, can I have something in the chat box? How to deal with loneliness? Okay, Aryan, that's another question, important question. That's what our loneliness is something. Thank you, Namita. Loneliness is something which is which you are trying to meet through social media needs, but social media does not actually help you to cover up that loneliness. And you have been left alone to fight your own fears, and that is why you are lonely, because you're afraid people will judge you. Yes, because you are afraid people are going to judge you when you connect with them, when you try to talk with them. That is the reason you don't want to connect, you don't want to talk. You feel vulnerable, you feel you will be cheated. Am I right, Aryan? You find that maybe someone was going to cheat you if you talk anything, or maybe you have been cheated by friends, and that makes you lonely. So you have to release all those fears, and you will never be lonely again. Time management, Sarvesh. Let me come to this question. I will answer this question while going through the PPT. And you will say, time management, we have to plan, we have to sit down, and we have to do this, we have to do that. I know. Tanu says, ma'am, being a dropper, it becomes, yes, I know, Tanu. When you drop a year, it's more pressure. And when you put a lot of pressure on yourself, then slowly and slowly, you are actually suppressing a lot of your energy. And when you're suppressing that energy, that pressure in yourself, what comes up is then you don't have the energy to do work then. You feel tired, you feel broken, and you feel that, no, I won't be able to do it. Okay. Even connecting less people, that leads to more stress from morning to evening in the closed room. How to deal with that? You have already given an answer to that, Ayushi. Being in a closed room is the um, most disturbing thing. From morning to evening, being in a closed room doesn't help. Those are some of the myths that need to be broken for each of the students. You have to go out in the sunlight. You have to feel the fresh air. You have to go out maybe 15-20 minutes or half an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening. How much stressful the next day exam is, because that is when you connect with nature, a lot of things shift. Lot of things shift. And then today, whatever you're going to learn is going to be amazing. The results are going to be real time. Right here during the session, we are going to experience the results. I give a promise to all of you right now, and you will feel, yes, that you will be able to deal with your stress more effectively and more positively. Yes, even more positively, that I could say. Yeah, Soja. Sometimes you can't focus on your studies and understand nothing. I know you get into that freeze statement. So let's begin. Let's see what is there in store for you today. Have I understood your problems well or not? So let's see and let's begin. So I am Dr. Vandana Basin. I am an accredited advanced emotional freedom technique practitioner. And today we are here to understand your patterns and the deeper reasons why all this is happening with you, right? The deeper reasons. We're not talking about something which is superficial, which you all know, right? So definitely some of you study less, but you see that they get better results. That is one of the patterns. And there are others who study all night, but when it comes to going to the exam, they go blank, right? How many of you resonate with the second pattern? Type 2 in the chat box. Type 2 in the chat box. That when you sit in the exams, you just go blank. Okay, Aishi says me, Namita says me. All right. What about others? Okay, Soja also agrees with this. Yes. And do you think that you have not studied enough? Do you think you have not studied enough? But let me tell you today, when I have come to tell you the root causes, it's not your syllabus. You have tried hard, you have worked hard. Okay. Thank you, Shritam. So it's not your syllabus. It's not your intelligence even. It's not even your intelligence. You know what it is? It's all about the emotional patterns. And that is what I am here to break for you today. So, I actually want all of you to do a small quiz for me. I'm just sharing the link on the chat box. Here it is. And I'll show you what it looks like. And you quickly take some 2-3 minutes to answer the quiz. It's not going to take much time. It's a very short one. And here is the link. Here is the link. Just fill up the details in that quickly so that we can see what are your, okay, let me share it also with you. Here it is for you. I am sharing it. I'm showing you. So the first section is all about the basic information. Nothing much there. Then when it comes to your academics, how stressed do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? So 10 means you're very stressed and 1 means you're not stressed at all. What are your biggest academic stress triggers? So someone says too many assignments, heavy workload. So you can select amongst all the choices that you have. In case your choice is not available here, you can type in the answer. Then the next question is about how often do you feel anxious about your studies? So it could be often, sometimes, rarely, almost every day. And when you think about your academic anxiety, how does it feel like for you? Do you overthink? Do you have sleepless nights? Do you lack concentration, panic, nervousness? You can select all the options here, or if there is something else, you can mention that. So is everyone able to open the quiz? Is everyone able to open the quiz? Okay, so quickly take 2 minutes and fill it up. So next questions are, how many hours do you study in a day? Do you think you have a healthy work-life balance? And which I know you're all going to say no right now. So which personal challenges add to your stress? Do you, like somebody asked right now, that how do I manage my time? Somebody says peer pressure. Somebody says family expectations. What is that? And then Do you struggle with any of those falling things which I have given? Low self-confidence, fear of failure, fear of judgment from others, comparing yourself to your peers, feeling not good enough, feeling overwhelmed easily, difficulty in concentration, negative thoughts, overthinking, maybe none of these even. How often do you feel emotionally exhausted? Do you have someone to talk to you when you feel stressed? How do you cope with it? And is there anything else you would like to share with about your struggles or needs? So simply these are few questions. You can answer these questions and we can then quickly proceed ahead with that. All right, so I am getting a few answers here, 2 responses submitted. And yes, 8 and 9 is the kind of academic stress. So the word cloud is there for you. Someone says 6, someone says 9. Yes, definitely is going to vary for each one of you. And these are your fear of failure. Beautiful. Then confusion about career or future. Yes, that's what I thought. Nobody's like, okay, that's beautiful. Everybody is interested in what they are doing. Lovely. And yes, backlog is another thing. Wow. Wonderful. 6 responses. Very nice. Quickly, quickly. And we can see, yes, the things are shifting. You can see the results on the screen as well, those who have submitted their responses. 7 people have submitted. We still have 12 people more to go. Wonderful. And as we proceed ahead, how often do you feel anxious about your studies? So the 44% say often, 33% say sometimes, and it is 22% who say almost every day. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, lack of concentration because you are in that anxious, panic, anxiety loop, definitely you will be having lack of concentration. All right, sleepless nights and mood swings and irritation. Yes. Oh my God, all of you are starting more than 6 hours. 50%, 55% of all of you who have given the responses. And then, yes, I know that you are not going to have a healthy work-life balance. Some people say they do have sometimes. Okay. Yes, when it's not exam time, definitely you have a healthy work-life balance because there are no studies then. Yes. Okay. No problems. Okay. Procrastination is coming very high. Okay. And next comes the family expectations and lack of time management. Mhm. Everybody is aware of the reasons. That's beautiful. I have mature adults with me who know where they are heading for and what they are facing or going through. Difficulty concentrating. Yes. Emotionally exhausted. Okay. Almost every day. But yes, there are still people who say they are rarely emotionally exhausted. Let's see today how this 8% also shifts. Wonderful. 6 more people left. Quickly till I'm showing the results. Do you have someone? That's beautiful. 56% of the population says we do have someone to talk to when we are feeling stressed. Good, good, good. And 28% say sometimes they have, sometimes they don't have. Yes. Thank you. And what do you usually do? Listening to music and watch something. 11% say sleep. Some say even avoiding studies. Okay. study harder, you isolate yourself, you use social media excessively, you don't do anything. So no one is into that category. Wonderful. Okay, is there anything else you want to share about your struggles or needs? Fatigue, family issues, hours of sleep, sadness, year of graduation. Somebody says no as well, productivity. Hmm. Lovely, lovely. Thank you for sharing all your responses. Uh, can I appreciate all of you for filling up this form? Can I appreciate all of you for filling up this form? You know what? You all need to give a good round of applause for all of yours. Just clap for yourself, give a pat on your back, and say, today I am here for myself. Yes, you're awesome. You have been here for yourself today. You know, it's very important sometimes to be present for our own selves. And you have stepped up, whatever, in whatever way. Maybe you have been very scared to do it. Maybe you didn't want to do it. Maybe even only your teacher asked you to do it. So you just came in here for that sake. But you showed up for yourself. And therefore you need to just give a pat on your back and say, I am awesome. Can everybody type in the chat box, I am awesome? Adrit, Tanu, Ria, Socha, Pratishtha, Taskin, Sarvesh, Divya, Namita, can all of you type in the chat box, I am awesome? Very nice. One comes up. Munazir says, I am awesome. What about others? Hurry up, quickly. Yes. Tanu, Adrit, Tanu, Abhilasha, reluctantly. चाहे reluctantly ही type कर रहे हैं, but करिए. I am awesome. I am awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Let's move into the next part, which is again we talk about the emotional patterns now. Let's talk about the emotional patterns. What is the root cause which is actually blocking you and not allowing you to move forward in the most critical thing of your life, your exams, on which your career is based, on which your master's is based. So that is really what is important for you right now. And let's proceed ahead with that. But before proceeding ahead with that, I just wanted to give a brief introduction myself. Right now, in front of you is an advanced clinical EFT practitioner and coach. But I had been teaching for 19 years MCA students. I am Dr. Vandana Basin because I'm a PhD in computer science and engineering. I had taught students in Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management in Indira Gandhi Delhi Technological University. I am from the computers background. I know you are not from that background, but definitely I have transitioned into this new space where I am bringing EFT to the Indian students specifically. So I have done workshops for colleges and corporates. I have healed my own chronic stress and slip disc without medicines using EFT. 200 plus students and professionals I have helped. And I also take individual one-to-one sessions where I help the professionals, homemakers, students to overcome your stress, anxiety, and chronic pain. When it becomes out of bounds for you, I even do that. And these are some of the results which I had got. You can see this. She was a student. She was talking about having migraines. And when the stress piles up a lot, you start to get all these physical diseases. So she was having this migraine and tapping fixed her issues. She was really grateful. I even resolved her sleep issues. Not even that, the panic attacks for a postgraduate student also stopped after using tapping. Then a girl, she could not sit for 30 minutes straight. Now she's able to focus at least 3 hours together, because if you release stress, releasing that stress itself, what happens is the 40% weight in your body is lifted away. And Students have reported 40 to 70% reduction in exam stress, even with one session. So that's how we are going to proceed ahead. And I know you want uh, me, you will tell me that it happens, exam stress happens because we are constantly tired, we are irritated, we can't concentrate, we do have headaches, we have muscle tensions, we have sleep disturbances. All of these things you have been telling me right now, even in the form, but I had it already with me because I have been dealing with students and I have seen it. And definitely the students are disturbed because even the teachers look at them that these are not good students because they're not performing well. The teachers also evaluate the students. The entire focuses on the marks. If marks are good, the student is good. If marks are not good, the student is bad. And as a teacher, let me tell you, I have also done that. But as I progressed in my teaching career, what I realized was how wrong I was when I evaluated all of you just because of those marks. Because you're not the marks. You are not the marks. Finished. That is the one line thing which I would like to tell all of you. You are not the marks. You also are human beings who have family conditions. Somebody has come, out of their home, living in a hostel, trying to match up. Somebody is doing part-time work to, take care of their studies. I have seen all those kind of students who are actually helping themselves and doing the studies side by side. So uh, that mistake which I made, that is the reason, more that I am thinking that there are so many teachers who can, actually teach computer science, engineering, everything and that sort of stuff. But this, what I'm going to tell you today, no one has actually taken care of it. So as I told you, I'm here there today to help you explore your hidden reasons, why and what. Okay, just give me a second. I think I have. Yes. So the first hidden reason is your freeze response because stress that stays hurts. What do I mean by this word freeze response? When you are stressed, your brain literally shuts down. You can't recall, you can't focus. Not because you are weak, but because your nervous system is in the danger mode. How many of you resonate with this? How many of you resonate with this? Type me in the chat box. Type me in the chat box. Namita, Ayushi, Aryan. All right, all right. So that means today I will help you to come out of this. I will teach you how you can switch out of this freeze response. And now the second reason. What do you think is the second reason? You have given the answer already to me, and I also had this in my mind, which is the fear of failure. What if I don't score well? What will my family think? What if I have to repeat this year? And all of these thoughts drain 60% of your mental energy, even before you open that book. Even before you open that book. And how? Because I'm going to give you a very subtle example. When we started, I told you, uh, how many, if you have to answer me this question, how many times do you eat food in a day? Answer this question on the chat box. How many times do you eat food in a day? Once, twice, thrice, 4 times? Yes, you have the answers, right? 4, 3, 2. Now, my question to you is, are you careful about the food that you eat? Will you eat bad food? Yes or a no? Will you eat bad food? No. Why? Because it is going to impact your health, right? Everyone agrees to that. Second question. How many times do you drink water in a day? 1 liter, 2 liters, 3 liters? How much water do you drink in a day? 5 liters? No, Namita, 5 glasses of water. 3 to 4 liters, I don't think any of you would be doing. Sorry. As students, how many glasses? Okay. 7 to 8 glasses or maybe 2 liters. Yes, Shritam, 2 liters I accept. 2 liters, all right. 3 liters, very nice, Adrit. That's lovely if you are drinking so much water. 5 liters, Namita, you don't drink 5 liters. It's not possible. I forget to drink water the whole day. Tanu, please, please keep a jug full of water at your desk where you are studying with a glass and drink water. Your memory capacity will start to feel better. It will feel better. Please do it. Great, Savesh. So, again, the water that you are drinking, will you drink it from a dirty pond? Yes or a no? No? Yes. Because again, if you drink bad water, what is going to happen? It is going to impact your health. Everyone knows that. Let's go to the third part now. The third question is, how many times do you breathe in a day? Anyone has any numbers for that? How many times do you breathe in a day? Any guesses? If anyone has the answer, you all are like, I think you all must be very, very tech savvy. These days, all the children are tech savvy. So you are also all tech savvy people. Let me know, how many times do you breathe in a day? Check it out on Google quickly and give me a quick answer. Okay, so it's taking time. So let me answer this question for all of you. You breathe 20,000 to 25,000 breaths in a day. And if I ask you, still we all know that we need to take care of our breathing. Yes, thank you, Soja. Still, we take care of the breathing. We know we have to take care of it. So we are told to go for a walk. We are told to go to do meditation. We are told to do some exercises. We are asked, right? Because again, if we take care of our breathing, our health remains good. Yes or a no? Yes or a no? If we take care of our breathing, again, if we don't take care of our breathing, it will impact our health. We all know this. Now, as I started the session, thank you, Aaron. I told you in a day, there are 70,000 thoughts that come in our mind. 70,000. With each thought, there is an attached feeling. For example, when you told yourself right now, I am awesome, you felt good inside you, right? There was a thought. I gave you a thought, you are awesome. Then the corresponding feeling is that you felt happy about it. You had a little smile on your face, even though you were really stressed. And now, if I ask you to take actions thinking this thought in your mind, your actions will be very high energy level. You will perform better, you will think better, you will remember better. Yes? Yes or a no? When our Indian cricket team loses a match to South Africa, right? When the Indian cricket team loses a match to South Africa, how is your energy then? Is it up? Is it low? There is a thought. हमारी टीम हार गई. What is the feeling? I feel bad. Yes, I feel bad. Oh, फिर से हार गए. And then how do you work after that? You start to feel low and you start to work in low energy. So what I'm trying to tell you by all of this is 70,000 thoughts in a day, corresponding feelings, and our action is all according to that. So are you taking care of your emotions? You are taking care of the food you eat. You are taking care of the water you drink. You are even trying to take care of the breathing that you are doing. But are you taking care of your emotions? And they are the ones which are actually leading your life ahead. The mess that you have all talked about right now and filled up in that survey form is all because of that. Do you know how to take care of your emotions? Anyone? Did any school, did any college, did your parents or your teachers, did anyone teach you that? No. But to be very honest, If your emotions are not balanced, there is nothing which is going to work well for you. If you are stressed, if you are anxious, you will not be able to remember what you had read just. And if you're happy and if you're relaxed, I don't know what wealth will come from your side, because you are all intelligent human beings who have a lot of power in them. So the fear of failure is another emotion which is keeping you stuck. Let's explore another reason. The third reason is the pressure and the overthinking, which you have all been telling and asking me, ma'am, will you be able to help us to release this stress? And it's, are you stressed about the exams? No, no. Why are you overthinking? What is the pressure all about? It is, you are constantly comparing yourself with toppers. अरे उसका तो हो गया, उसके इतने अच्छे आए, वो तो वहां निकल गया, मैं रह गया. You are trying to study each and everything possible so that you can make it up to the exams. You start to feel guilty when you're not starting. You start to worry about the future. If I don't clear this exam, I will not be placed. My masters will be impacted. And some girls will say, my parents will get me married. They also have those reasons. So are you stressing because of the exams? No. You are stressing because of that meaning attached to that exam. Is that a yes or is that a no? Is that a yes or is that a no? The meaning that you have attached to the exam. True, true. Aryan says true. Tanu says true. Namita says true. Divya says yes. Sarvesh says yes. Yes. So the most important thing in the life is how can you deal with these emotions? And when you have such emotions, so the emotional signs of stress that you get, you start to feel overwhelmed. You will start to feel mood swings. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. You will feel blank while you're doing your revisions. You will have a constant irritation going on. And when we come to the physical signs of your stress, you will start to have headaches, chest tightness, fatigue, poor sleep, stomach discomfort. So, how many of you are having at least 2 to 3 signs of this physical signs of distress? Type 2 or 3, at least minimum 2 or 3. If you have one, then don't type anything. Sritam says 2, Aishi says 3. Okay. I have only few people who are talking. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Ronak, Tanu, beautiful. Yes, okay. I have 4 people answering me. Great, great. Let me tell you, when you are listening to me so carefully, you are today going to go back with something really, really precious in your life. So let's continue. Okay. So the performance science, you do have migraine too. Okay, Ayushi. Yes, I told you. The physical signs, it's that these emotions impact your physical body as well. So you study the performance signs of your stress are you study, but you forget. If you have to recall something, it's very slow. Your concentration, your focus is just so bad. And when all of these things start to work together, you just get into what? The most disturbing thing, which is self doubt, which is self doubt, which should never be there, but is always there because you get into this. अगर ये भी tick है आपके लिए, ये भी tick है आपके लिए, ये भी tick है, and this is also a tick, then the biggest problem is self doubt, because of which there are so many bad news coming these days, which are like horrid, just because वो students को आपने equal to कर दिया marks के. And yes, even parents compare, even teachers compare, and everyone does that. So stress is not a study problem, dear students, dear children. It is not a study problem. You don't need more studying. Okay, Soja, you also have migraine? Yes. So stress is not a study problem. You don't need more studying. let me tell you this very clearly. It's an emotional problem. You need emotional release. You need to, express all that which is happening inside of you. And that's what we are going to do today. Because when you choose calm every day, when you invest in your emotional and well being, your mind stays calm, your memory becomes sharp. When your mind is calm, the outcome is the memory is sharper. When your nerves relax, your focus automatically increases. You don't have to do anything to increase your focus. So that's how things work. And today, here, we are together, all of us, all 18, 19 of us are here to understand more about EFT or emotional freedom technique. The name itself says emotional freedom. Today I'm going to help you to understand your own emotions, right? And release the negative ones as well. It's not about understanding. And once you release, you will become emotionally intelligent as well. So what I want to show over here is uh, EFT is something which is a combination of Eastern acupressure and Western psychology, right? And when you do 1 hour of tapping, right, your cortisol goes down, which is the stress hormone. It goes down by as much as 37%. And this is the result of a research paper. All of you are graduate students. You know how research work is carried. This is the result of a research paper. This is not what I am telling. I am not the first EFT person in this world. EFT actually came in 1990s. And Gary Craig himself was an engineer who brought in EFT. 1990s. Remember? It's and this year it is 2025 now. We are ending 2025. And why it hasn't come to India till now, I am also surprised and I'm shocked. It should have come in our schools, in our colleges long time back, in US, in Australia, in UK. They have taken it to the schools, they have taken it to the colleges. The students are not bullying each other. They are not having less of exam anxiety. They are suffering less. And uh, they are actually doing better as compared to, their counterparts who are not using EFT. So if you use EFT, your immune system markers go up by 113%. Your pain comes down. If you are having any pain, like I showed you initially the results, that girl, her name is Jyoti, and her migraine, just vanished while she was using the tapping. Your anxiety goes down by 40%. And this is just, they are talking of um, 1 hour of tapping. It comes down, and the real results come when you continue with it. And uh, it will actually help you to remove all those things from which place these things start from. So it reaches down to the root of the problem. So if anyone is having depression, depression is also brought down by as much as 35%, PTSD 32%, happiness goes up by 31%, blood pressure also decreases, and the food cravings, which are also emotional eating, also go down by as much as 74%, right? Because we talk about emotions, we allow the emotions to be released. And as I told you, cortisol comes down by as much as 41%, right? So 27 to 41% in 1 hour of tapping. They measured it in the saliva. Cortisol is always there in the saliva. So they checked how much cortisol is there in the saliva for a group of people who have done EFT and for a group of people who haven't done EFT. So for those who didn't do EFT, the, the cortisol levels did not go down. But for those who did EFT, their cortisol levels went down from a range of 27% to 41%, right? So this was the results of the trial that they carried out. And if I have to tell you how cortisol works for us, let me just stop sharing and let's talk about how cortisol works for us. Would you be interested to know in this? How your stress is impacting the rest of the things that you are going through. Okay, fine. Quick story, science story, So, you know what? Let me also share a small story with you, which is something like this. There was this person, he he had a dream car, and his dream car was this Ferrari. He went and he purchased that dream car, and now when it started to drive the car, uh, he could not drive. The car would not just start, and he was very surprised. What happened? Why is this not running? And this and that, and all these things were going on in his head. And 3-4 घंटा वो लड़ता रहा, ये करे वो करे, try करे. He tried everything, but it did not start. The car did not start. Now, finally, he gave in and he said, "Let me call the technician." So he called the technician. Technician को बुलाया, and technician आया. He just looked inside the car and he did something, and the car started, and he drove the car and took the man home. And now the man was like in a state of shock. What is this? How did this happen? So this technician said, "Sir, there was a hidden button over here, hidden brake over here, which I released and the car started." So you know what? All of our emotions are like that hidden button, which we are not aware of till now. And once we get aware of those hidden buttons and how to deal with them, your life uh, will run much better, much faster. So this is a correlation that I make with your life. Like the Ferrari started running fast, so you also will improve in a lot of things when you are learning this technique. So the cortisol story is like this. We all used to live in the jungles. When we started, the human race started, we were living in the jungles along with the wild animals. So now, when a lion attacks us, what do we do? Anyone can unmute and answer this question. अगर एक लायन हमको अटैक करेगा तो हमें क्या करना है? What do we do? Anyone? Quickly, quickly. No one knows the answer. Okay. Namita says we have to run away. Very nice, Namita. Only Namita knows the answer. Oh my God. How many of you are listening? That means. Okay. Adrit will says that he is going to give in. He's not going to run and save his life. Hide somewhere. Yes. So the first reaction that we are going to give when we see a lion is we are going to try to protect ourselves, save ourselves. For that, what we are first reaction is we're going to run away, right? The fight response, the flight response. That is the flight response. We are going to try and run away. So as soon as the brain sense the danger, the brain saw a lion, there is a danger, adrenal glands start to secrete cortisol in the bloodstream. What does cortisol do? Cortisol makes our heartbeat fast. Cortisol makes our breathing fast. And we get into alert state so that we can run as fast as possible and save our life from the lion. Right? So the first step that we do is we try to protect ourselves. So cortisol is basically a protection hormone. All of you must have heard about the stress hormone. Have you or not? Yes or no? No one would like to switch on their videos. No one would like to switch on their videos. But now I'm going to ask you to switch on the videos because I have to see how we are going to tap in the correct manner. In 2 minutes, we are starting tapping. Moment the cortisol story is over. All right. So now what I want to tell you is so when cortisol comes in the bloodstream, first thing that is done, body will slow down the digestion process. The body will slow down the blood purification process. The body will slow down rest of all the functions except heart beating fast, breathing fast, and high alert state. That's what cortisol does. And the moment now we climb a tree, we are able to hide somewhere, we relax, the body relaxes, and what happens? And what happens? the cortisol is taken away from the bloodstream because the brain says, the brain gets the signal, I am safe, right? So the brain gets the signal, I am safe. So cortisol is retrieved from the bloodstream and everything is okay. So some of you told me, okay, we have panic attacks. Now I'm going to answer that question for you. How are you getting those panic attacks? Now all of you are going to tell me, why are you telling us the story? Are we living in a jungle? What is the context, right? You don't need the story of yours. We are not living in a jungle. Then why are you sharing it with us? So the reason is the difference between a physical threat and an emotional threat is still not. When you watch those murder mysteries, when you watch all uh, Netflix series where a lot of bloodshed and everything is happening, your brain, it senses danger. Your brain senses danger and immediately sends cortisol into the bloodstream. So mind you, all of you are taking your exams as danger. And exams happen every 6 months. And for that, you have to prepare. So what is happening? The brain is sensing danger. As soon as it senses danger, it's an emotional threat, mind you. It's not a physical threat. It's not a lion. It's not a snake. It's not a wolf. Nothing. Only that watching. The brain does not know the difference between a physical threat and a emotional. Always remember this. So if you can avoid watching something which is triggers you inside, which gives the feeling of insecurity or unsafety inside you, stop watching it. Don't go to it. Because the moment you do that, brain is secreting cortisol. You are having, and when continuously this happens, chronically this is happening, right? That's why I said, okay, exams to har 6 mahine baad aa rahe hain since the time you have entered graduation and from the schooling itself. So your exams have become a sense of danger for you. And that is why sometimes some of you are also having panic attacks. And when cortisol is there in the bloodstream, mind is not working. Mind is also slowed down. So you're getting the reason why you blank out, why you have panic, what is happening, right? So this is a very, very important story which I wanted to share. Why? Because otherwise you will not understand what is the reason, where is it coming from. The moment you get the reason, I know all the youngsters these days have a very logical mind. If I give them full science, they will know what I am talking about and they will agree to it as well, right? So your migraine, your headaches are something which have become chronic in nature because of the pressure that you are building on yourselves continuously. And all of that is there stored in your body. All of that is there stored. Because too many emotions have accumulated inside you, Ayushi. So when you accumulate so many emotions, it's like now the body doesn't know where to send it. So it starts to, send it up. There is a chakra there, solar plexus, if you have heard of it. All the emotions get accumulated. That energy system is impacted and you start to feel pukish. So let us start now with the tapping points. So I'm just sharing the screen for a moment and I'm showing you the tapping points. And now after this, we will be doing the exercises. So here where the eyebrows start right here is the eyebrow point. Side of the eyes where the eyebrows end, below the eyes, below the nose, below the chin, collarbone point, under the arms, and the side of the hand. So we are now actually going to start. How do we tap? So till now, anyone has any questions? Before we start the tapping session, this is my contact and my Insta and YouTube ID. In case you want, you can connect it. You can click a screenshot and keep it with yourself. So are you ready? Are you now willing to learn tapping? Type yes in the chat box. Only 3 people want to do it. Shritam, Namita, Aryan. Yeah, it feels bad, Aryan. Taskin. Only 4 people want to learn it. Okay, no problems. Let me teach it to 4 only. And it's a tool, which you will never forget in your life, and you're going to use it every time you're going to get stuck. And you are going to beautifully move out of that situation without any fights, without any troubles. So I get 5 yeses. Yeah, I should be sad like this. I should be using that emoji of sadness. Only 6 people want to learn. How many of you there on your screens? Switch on your videos. Let me see. All right. I hope you have all taken a screenshot of my details in case you want to connect further on. Otherwise, Arzu has all my details. You can talk to her as well. So let's start. Let me first highlight myself so that all of you can see. Please tap on the side of the hand. Can all of you please switch on your video so that I can see your right tapping in the right place and the right places, please? Dayan, Munazir, Ayushi, Abhilasha, please switch on your videos. Thank you, Soja. What about others? Divya, Sarvesh, Ritam, Pratishtha, Taskin, Namita, Tanu, Adrit, Ronak. Quickly, quickly. Tapping on the side of your hand. So this is the first point, right? Next point is the eyebrow point. Eyebrow point. So where my eyebrows are beginning, I'm just removing my glasses for some time. My eyebrows are beginning. So I can tap like this with 1 finger each. I can tap with 2 fingers each. Whatever is comfortable to you. But where is the point where my eyebrows start? Okay. Come down now. Just where your eyebrows are ending to that place. यहाँ पर there are temples, right? Tap on those temples. There is a groove. एक गड्ढा बन रहा है वहां पर. Tap on that. Below the eyes. Below the eyes. Yes. Nose. Chin. Collarbone. So where is the collarbone? Here is my neck. यहाँ पर neck के नीचे there is a bone here. Approximately 1 inch below. But normally people don't get it. So I just ask them, do all is well. I always ask, do all is well, right? Now is the side of the arms. So here is the armpit. You don't have to tap on the armpit. For the woman, it's along the bra line, right? And for the boys, it's going to be just across your breast, right? So you can tap like this. You can tap crossing your hands on both sides. You can tap like this. Just let me show it to you. You can tap like this, right? Or you can tap like this, crossing your hands, whatever is comfortable to you. All right. Now on the top of the head, this is the last point. So this is the tapping sequence that we have to follow while we are doing tapping. And again, I'm telling you, this is the most basic form of tapping that I am teaching you. So continue like this. Now tap and breathe. Tap and breathe. Now I can check all of you if you're doing it in the right way or not. Okay, eyebrow point. Please tap. And breathe along with that. No, Soja, you're not doing it correctly. Eyebrow point, I told you where your eyebrows start. Yes, yes. You don't have to tap on the entire thing, only that place. Yes, yes. Good. Side of the eyes. Now go to the side of the eyes. Yes, very nice. Very good, Namita. And please breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Below the eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Chin. So here is the chin. It's not here, it's here. Just below your lips. Yes. Just below your lips. Collarbone. Yes. Collarbone, you don't need to cross. You just need to put one hand of yours like this. No, not on your shoulders. It's below. Yeah, here. Correct. Then side of the arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Top of the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. So that is the first way that you can tap, right? This is the first way. This is also called tap and breathe. Now, Adrit, I didn't get you. I have a monitor actually. Okay. Okay, maybe. Right. Now let's go to the second part of this. I now want all of you to think about your uh, about a stressful situation, which is right now your exams, right? On a scale of 0 to 10, right? So we are going to measure how much stress you have for your exams. How do I do that? We take a scale of 0 to 10. Now, how will you tell me how much stress you are having for your exams, right? So for that, what I tell you is close your eyes and think of a number between 0 to 10 when you think about your exam stress. Whatever first number flashes is the answer because that is the baseline from where we start. Please write down in your notebooks that you have to think of a stressful situation, right? Please put down on with pen and paper that you have to think of a stressful situation. Second thing, measure on a scale of 0 to 10. Next thing, all of you, please close your eyes and think of a number between 0 and 10 when you think about your exam stress. Now, type in the chat box, what is your current level of stress that you have? Type in the chat box, what is the current level of stress you have? 8, great. 7, fine. Divya says 7, 6. Shritam says 9, 6, 7. Great. Thank you so much for sharing this. So now, what I'm going to say is you have to repeat out loud with me. Now I am going to talk about the stress that you have for your exams. So EFT, when I do EFT, I will always talk about negative things. It's the only place in the world where we talk about negative things and we also release those negative things. We also release the negative things while we are talking. Let's do that now and let's see if it is possible for all 18 of us, no, 17 of us, because I am leading you, so I am not measuring my stress. And neither I have an exam stress right now. Okay, let's start. Even though, please repeat out loud with me. Even though I am having a lot of stress for my upcoming exams, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm really, really upset. Because what is your reason for being upset for your exams? For some, it will be, I have not been able to complete the syllabus. For some, it will be, what if I go blank? Whatever is the reason, right? I deeply and completely accept myself. Please tap along with me, otherwise, there is no benefit. Otherwise, there is zero benefit, right? Last time we repeated 3 times over here, even though I'm really scared about my exams. I deeply and completely accept myself and I'm ready to release this fear. Tap on the eyebrow point. These exams. Light of the eyes. Really stressed about these exams. They come up every 6 months and eat my head. Yes? Next, the nose. Keep on watching me. Keep your eyes open, all of you. Nobody's going to close their eyes while tapping right now. I'm really stressed about these exams. Every 6 months they are there, and I'm sick of these exams. How do you talk to yourself when these exams come? That's what I'm trying to do. Why do I have to give these exams? These exams, I hate them. Side of the arms, all this stress because of the exams. Top of the head, all this stress because of these exams. Eyebrow point, I'm right to be upset. I'm right to be worried about the. Yes, all of you are right when you're worried about the exams. All of this stress that is there in my body. Below the nose, all of this stress that is there because of the exams. Chin, I'm really stressed about the exams. Collarbone, I don't know what to do. I have to learn so much. Side of the arms, and yet I'm so tired. I'm so stressed. I don't want to do anything. Top of the head, all these exams. Okay, stop. Take a deep, easy breath. Sip some water. All of you, please sip some water because water keeps the energy flowing. And we are actually trying to shift the energy within us while we are tapping. So while I'm tapping on these points, these are nothing but acupressure points. Yes, in India, we are all aware of that. And we are tapping at the end points of the meridians. So when we tap, we do two things. We send a biocurrent to the organ where we are tapping. So for example, if I'm tapping over here in my eyebrow point, I'm tapping on the bladder. So I'm sending a biocurrent and strengthening my bladder, and I'm also releasing emotions. Okay. So now please let all of you please close your eyes and check on a scale of 0 to 10, how stressed are you still feeling? And give me that number on the chat, please. Six. Ronak says 6. Ronak, what did you start with? What was it earlier? 8. So Ronak has shifted from 8 to 6. What about others? Now, It could be that for some of you, it remains the same. That is not a problem at all. Please remember this. For some of you, it might, go up as well. You started from a 6, it went up to an 8. That is not a problem again, right? If it remains the same, no problem. If it comes down, no problem. If it goes up, then also it's not a problem. All right. So I can see a lot of you have seen a shift. Where is Shritam? I think Shritam has already left. Okay. So he was having a big score. So maybe it would have been better if you would have seen it. All right. No problems. Right. Let's continue. Now, all of you close your eyes. All of you close your eyes and scan your body from the head, top of the head to the bottom. Scan closely with your eyes closed. Scan your body and see where are you feeling the stress in your body. You might be feeling something like a tightness, a heaviness, a pressure, a pain on the shoulder, a stiffness in the neck, or a pain in the legs, pain in the knee. Please scan your body and notice where are you feeling this stress in your body. And mind you, I have done these workshops for so many people, and by the end of these workshops, all of you, all of your stress is going to come down. Aryan says in the head, very nice. What about others? Aryan, is it like a tightness or is it like a heaviness? Is it like a pressure? What is it like? How many of you are not able to scan? Abhilasha says arms, beautiful. Heaviness in the head. Good, Aryan. Very nice. Abhilasha, how is it in the arms? Is it a tightness in the arms or a heaviness in the arms? Tightness. Okay, head is tightness. Very nice. Tightness. Quickly, quickly, all of you have been told, all of us have been told, why you only, that emotions are, I feel nausea. Okay, Namita. Yours has come down, stress had come down a lot, but you're still feeling that nausea. So what we are going to do now is it's like nerves shrinking in my head. Oh, Tanu, wow, 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 wow. Can you see now? The stress that you have been talking about is stored in your body. Emotions get stored in our body. They are there in the body always. And that's why it's very important, very, very, very important to deal with those emotions in a proper way, in a safe way. And today, what I'm teaching you is the most basic thing of EFT. Very, very basic. And yet, you will see things shifting for you. All right, let's not waste time. Let's continue. Even though I have heaviness. So, what I'm going to do is now, wherever part of the body you felt that stress, you are going to name that. So, I'm going to say fill in the blanks. So, please fill in the blanks for wherever you felt, right? Even though I am feeling heaviness in my head, or I am feeling tightness in my arms, or it's like nerves shrinking in my head, or I am feeling nausea, or my forehead and toe have some discomfort. I deeply and completely accept myself and I'm ready to release that stress. Even though my stress is there in my body, I deeply and completely accept myself and I'm open to releasing this stress. Even though all of this stress in my body, I'm really shocked that I'm feeling it right here in my body. I deeply and completely accept myself and all my feelings. Eyebrow point. I'm feeling the stress Please fill in the blanks. Side of the eyes. I'm feeling the stress in my, like Abhilasha says, it's tightness in my arms. Aryan says it's heaviness in my head. Next point. Next point. Tanu says it's like nerves shrinking in my head. And Namita is continuously going to say, I feel nausea. And Ronak continuously says, I have some discomfort in my forehead and in my toes. Side of the arms. All of the stress that is there in my body. All right, some important points for all of you because you all asked me a question. The finger points. The finger points. So if you're there in the exam and if there is a panic attack, do these finger points. You can't do this and this in front of the examiner. The examiner will say, you are mad. What are you doing? But you need something there in the exams as well, right? So since you are here, that's something for awesome people. Yes? I feel nausea. So where am I tapping? My thumb. I'm not tapping here where my thumb ends. I'm going inside where my nail ends. That's the place where I'm tapping. So Tanu says it's like nerves shrinking in my head. Go to the next finger. Aryan says it's like heaviness in my head. Next finger. Abhilasha says it's like tightness in my arms. We will leave this finger and go to the last one. Ronak says I feel discomfort in my forehead and in my toe. Next finger. Feeling this heaviness in my arms. Next finger. So much stress in my body. I never knew this exists in my body. Next finger. So much stress and anxiety in my body because I am not able to deal with this exams. Top of the head, it's really tough for me to deal with my exams. They are there every 6 months. How do you think should I manage them? I am so stressed about them. Next point, I'm feeling the stress in my body. Next point, so much stress. Collarbone, so much stress. Side of the arms, so much stress. Feeling it in my body. Top of the head, feeling the stress in my body. Okay, stop, take a deep, easy breath, sip some water. And how is nausea for you now, Namita? All right, please close your eyes. See, check your stress levels and see, and even scanning your body. How do you feel about that stress? How is the tightness in your head? How is the heaviness in your head? How do you feel, Tanu? How is it for you, Taskin? Namita says, feeling better. Nausea is gone completely. Namita? Ronak, how is it for you? Got some cooling effect. Yes, I know. Basically, it's all about emotions and how you deal with them. Ronak says better. Thank you, Ronak. So is it like something like if you have to give me a number from on a scale of 0 to 10, what is the number that is coming in your mind's eye now when you think about your stress? I feel less heavy now. Feeling good, Taskin. Good, good, good. What about others? Aryan says it's less heavy. What about Soja? And is any one of you yawning or crying or feeling sleepy or burping? Any one of you? Any one of you cried? No one is sharing the numbers? Okay, Taskin says he felt sleepy. Yes. So if any of these symptoms happen, they're nothing bad and they are very good. That means your body has released. Okay, Sarvesh. No problems. Maybe you could have tapped on your fever itself. You must be angry on someone really badly. So you are having a fever and a cold and you can't shout on that person back. Okay, no problem, Sarvesh. Yeah. What about others? Aryan says it's still a 5. And would you like to continue further because we have already exceeded a lot of time? And I don't know how much long Arzu will allow me for that. Because if the number is 5, we still have to tap maybe 2 or 3 more rounds to get it down to a 0. Yes, let me know, please. Where are you? Aryan says no. I didn't get you, Aryan. Can you unmute yourself and speak?
No,
Aryan,
ma'am, I'll get better. I'll
okay,
get better.
you get better. Good, good, good. What about others? Divya, are you there? Tanu, Ronak, please let me know. Otherwise, how will I know that some relief has happened for you or you are still in a bad state? Because if we are in a bad state, then we definitely need to tap another round. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask. Okay, so nobody's sharing the numbers as well. Soja, are you there? Fine. So since nobody is giving me any answers, okay, Ronak says he's feeling better. Okay, so that means no people are not there on the screens. Okay, I think Arzu, I have taken a lot of time.
I hope it was beneficial for the students. Uh, students, please let us know if this is the first time we are doing something different from economics. I hope it benefited you guys. And I think now that you know, ma'am, probably you can also connect with her directly. I just wanted to make sure that given the exams are on head, and I was receiving so many messages from all of you, how to cope up with stress. So I thought it is a good way to align you with ma'am. Um, Rest, I leave it to you. I hope the techniques were useful and you do perform well. My entire agenda is your performance. I want all of you to perform very well in the upcoming exams.
Yes, and the moment they release their stress, their capacities, actually what happens is you're suppressing a lot of emotions. When you're suppressing a lot of them, you are actually using a lot of energy to suppress them, which you could have used positively for preparing for your exams. That is where tapping helps you to release all that negativity and helps you move into the positive direction easily because the negative has been taken care of. The load has been lifted off you.
Right. Okay. So I think
Fine.
if we're done for the session, I really want to thank ma'am for taking out time today for the students and doing this session with them. And ma'am, I hope you have shared your contact number in case anyone wants to reach out to you or any
Uh,
email ID or whatever you feel comfortable. Probably you can even let me know and I can share with them.
yeah, sure. Uh, is any one of you something feeling like a shock or something? What has this happened to us? Is it that way? I'm sharing my contact details once again on the chat box. So is any one of you in a state of shock कि ये क्या हो गया आज हमारे साथ हमारा बॉडी में ऐसा था हमें मालूम नहीं है? Okay, no one is responding. Fine, Arzu, we can close the session. Okay, Tuskin is saying coldness. What do you mean by that, Tuskin? Can you unmute yourself?
Ma'am, actually, I was feeling good, but feeling dizziness in my body.
You're feeling dizziness in your body.
Even my feet got some cold.
Okay, so that's what I was asking till now, that if there are certain symptoms more that you are feeling, we need to tap another rounds, and no one is responding, because what is happening is, the when we have tapped on the stress, there are different ways the body is going to store for it. Somebody told me it's heaviness in the arms. For you, it is like you are having coldness in your
I feel
feet,
heaviness on my shoulders that time.
dizziness on your shoulders, right? So these are the ways energy is shifting in your body. And when we tap on these symptoms again, the body is going to release all of it.
Hmm.
So we need to do another round, because in 2 rounds, nothing shifts. It
Okay.
takes at least 3 to 4 rounds for this energy to shift properly and fully.
Okay, ma'am.
And thank you for sharing so much, because no one is actually coming up and sharing what is happening. It's very important for me to know what is happening with you.
I want to thank you for giving such a wonderful session with all.
No, that's great. But I don't want you to leave with this coldness in your feet, to be very honest.
Okay, ma'am. Can I have one more session?
We can have another round, yes.
Okay.
Yes. What about others? Do you have questions? Arzu, if you could just stop that live streaming in the YouTube, that would be great, because now, yeah, maybe, they are not feeling open enough to talk about that. All right, let's do another round. So even though some of the stress is left, still, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, people are again dropping in. So all right, those who feel they are good to go, please leave. And those who want to tap along, please wait. Namita, are you okay? Is the nausea feeling gone totally? Okay. All right.